أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم صل على محمد وعلى محمد. Thank you, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Thank you so much for bringing us together and to learn about things that can make us better and then come closer to you, inshallah. Please help us remember that, make this meeting useful, beneficial for us and for others, so we can share the lessons we learn with others by your will and apply it into our lives. Ameen. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Okay, so I've seen some messages coming. Salam, thank you. All right, so grief is a heavy topic, and I see that grief is not so easy to sit with and to discuss also. In therapy, we do it 101 because that way it's more personalized. We can help the client, we can talk about things that are very personal to them. But in a group session, it can also be done and many helpful things can be achieved. So, inshallah, today we'll try to set up those goals and try to work this out in a group session, inshallah. All right. So, like always, I do that. I ask to please have a pen and paper with you. These are going to be simple techniques and simple ways to, write, draw, to bring out the emotions, inshallah, and then let them go. So, if you want to take a minute or two to grab a pen or paper or something that you can write with and write on. This session has to be interactive, so please let me know in the chat box or by unmuting yourself whenever you're ready and ready to move forward, yeah? When you have the pen or paper to write with, please let me know. There's a request. Somebody is saying, please let me in. We don't see anyone. Just a second. Okay. All right. I believe that now everyone has pen and paper and we can move forward and start our session. Assalamu alaikum. All right. So having the pen and paper with you, we begin with the first thing that we want to acknowledge and see what kind of grief today we're gonna go and release. Grief can be of many types. First, we want to sit with grief and normalize the experience because it's a normal thing and everybody experiences it one way or the other in life. So let's do the practical tools. If I ask you, what does grief mean to you? Or how have you experienced grief in your life? I want you to write it down. And actually, I'm going to write it down too. I want to do this exercise as well. So the question is that what does grief mean to you and how have you experienced grief in your life? Remember, it could be relationships, it could be loss of job, loss of loved one, loss of some, relationship, loss of identity, loss of position, loss of any loss that you can think of that you want to release today. I'm writing that down. Okay. If you're ready, let me know in the chat box. Yes, it's an interactive session like always. I want interaction with you, so please let me know if you're ready with this. We can move forward. Okay, so now we'll see types of grief that you are grieving now from. We wrote it down, what kind of grief, and I mentioned it could be loss of loved one, loss of health, loss of job or career, loss of dream or future, like something that you have dreamed for if you have lost it. Yeah, and I would like to emphasize that grief is a personal experience. So it could be bringing guilt, anger, anxiety, any emotion that it brings. Now write that down. Your emotion. First, you wrote down the grief type. Now the emotion with it that is attached. How does it make you feel? Makes me feel sad, disappointed. What about you? Write your own experiences. This is mine. Okay. Yes, are we done? Let me know. What kind of emotion it brings in you with grief? When you think of it or when you go through it, when you went through it, what emotions it brought and what emotions bringing now? Thank you. Okay, now there are different stages of grief. A person can go one by one through each stage or can randomly go from fourth one first and then the first one, then the second, then the fifth, in any order. And these 5 stages of grief are introduced by Elizabeth Kobler. So let's see, which one are you going through? You have to recognize that. So you're going to write down my stage of grief, stage. And now after that, you're going to write the stage. I will tell you. One is denial. Denial is a time when you say, you refuse to accept the reality of loss. You say, no, 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 this hasn't happened to me. This can't be. There must be misunderstanding, or I'll go talk to the person, or I'll go do this, you know. So you're not accepting it at all. Denial is one. The other stage is anger. You may feel frustration, helplessness. You'll feel that, I have to find solution. This person should find solution, or that person can help me, someone, and you're very angry about it. So you're burning about it. It has to be after denial, of course, because denial is gone now. You've recognized it, so you're in anger. Or it could be attached to denial. You're at denial and you're angry as well. Or it could be just anger by itself. Another stage is, so you recognize which stage are you at. Sorry about that. Oh my goodness. Okay. So now, wait a second. All right. So we were saying there was denial, and now there is, I don't know, sorry about this. One person just left and now coming back again. That's why they requested. All right. The other one is bargaining. So we talked about denial. I don't want to accept this. This hasn't happened. Anger. I'm very frustrated, felt helpless, and I'm looking for anyone to help, but I'm at the same time still very, very angry. Or I'm doing bargaining, trying to make deals or promises to reverse the loss. So, like, I'm saying that, no, I'll do anything please don't do this to me. Or I'll do this, please don't do this to me. This is another stage. Are you at that stage? Or you are in depression where life does not mean anything to you anymore. You have lost interest in everything. You're in deep sadness. You can call it despair. There's another stage, acceptance. So now this is the final one. When you accept it, then you're good to go. Coming to terms with the loss and finding ways to move forward. So please tell me or write it down, which stage are you at? Let me think. I am at all right. If anyone wants to share their stage, please write in the chat or unmute yourself. Take part. Should I repeat the stages or are we good in this process? We're together. You can give me thumbs up. Okay, thank you. All right, now you're going to ask yourself, have you noticed any of these stages in your own experience of grief coming one after another? Like, let's say you can say, I was first at denial, and now I am at a different stage of, let's say, I did bargaining, now I'm at acceptance. Whatever stage you're in, I'm sorry, what did you say yes about in the chat? You want me to repeat the stages? Is that what it is? If you can type yes one more time for me to understand. That's the only question I asked, I think, last time. So now you're going to number the stages. I'm going to repeat one more time. Number the stages: denial, anger, bargaining, depression, or acceptance. I'm going to number it for myself too. First, I was at, I guess everybody goes from denial. Denial. Then I was at bargaining. Now I'm saying it out loud, but your numbering is according to you. Okay. Now I want you to take a moment and look at the stages that you went through. Yeah? Now you see that you didn't get stuck at one stage. If it is, that's how it is. If you are stuck at one stage, please let me know. You can do private message, you can unmute yourself, or you can write in the chat where everyone can see, however you like it. So I can bring that, customize some of it according to that as well. If you're stuck at one stage or you have moved on from different stages, it's very important to know that we are moving. Grief we faced, and to realize that life and emotions goes come and go. Life goes on, emotions come and go. So we all realize that how step by step we move from one point to another point without even knowing sometimes. Yeah? So all of our grief is moving. Alhamdulillah. All right. Now I would ask you, we're going to now process it. Okay, let's see. Okay. Thank you so much for letting me know. What I'll do, I'll try to bring more emphasis on this stage as well. And when we move forward in this process, inshallah, you will see how you'll feel better, inshallah. Yeah, definitely. Allah is with us. That's why we're here together, of course. Of course. Like we talk about everywhere where we go, it's we were meant to be there. Just like that, we were meant to be here together. This means there's a reason and there's a way out of what you're feeling, inshallah. All right. So now we will talk about the ways to process it, okay? First, we have realized what kind of grief I'm facing. Then, what kind of emotions, you look at your notes, what kind of emotions that grief brings to you. Then, what stage are you at now? And during the process, different stages, what are the different stages you went through? Okay. And if you're stuck at one stage, please write that down that I'm stuck at that place. All right, now we're going to do the healing process. In the healing process, first activity is journaling. So, what we're doing today, we're writing it down. It's important. Take a moment to reflect on your own grief every day, or every other day, or once a week at least, or whenever you're feeling sad, or angry, or despair, depressed, or anything, any emotion, heavily, sit down and start writing. By writing, you're not only releasing, accepting your emotions, but you are writing in some way in the universe, in numerology. So it's going away from you. It's going to go away, inshallah. Writing is very important. So just journaling in, those times, just remember it's very important. You can identify any actions or thoughts that you're struggling at that time with. Yeah. Okay. Now I would like you to write down your thoughts and feelings when you go through that extreme emotion. If it's now in your life happening, or it 2 days ago it was there, one day ago it was there, or a month before it was there. So what do you feel? Where is it in your body, the pain because of that grief, or the heaviness in the heart, in the lungs? Is it hard to breathe? Is it hard? It's like a very heavy weight on your chest, or is it your stomach gets upset and you can't eat, or you can't, um, just it's just burning in the stomach so much? Or is it kidneys? You have pain in the kidney, you have a pain in back, or neck pain, muscle pain, shoulders, or your hands are numb, your feet are hurt, your legs are hurting, anywhere in the body where these emotions or this grief is creating pain, write it down, and then write down what feelings are coming, okay, during that time. So for me, I'm doing this exercise with you so that we have enough time. When I'm really doing it, I give you guys enough time. Okay, so when I'm going through this, my heart gets very heavy. I don't get hungry at all. And what kind of emotions I face? I've done so much work on myself by learning that it's anger, and after anger, everything goes away. Alhamdulillah. So I'll just write down anger, but there could be many emotions. I used to experience many emotions, but I cannot be honest with myself if I try to find other emotions. So this is my honest answer: anger, and then nothing else. And then I start looking at the positive side and I start try to get up, alhamdulillah. But please write down honestly what emotion comes and what feeling comes. See, my feelings do come. All right. Whenever we're done with this step, please let me know. Just give me a thumbs up or anything you want to say. Unmute yourself, however you want to do it. Okay. All right. Alhamdulillah. Thank you. So now I want you to think of what kind of activity, what kind of coping strategy helps you, supports you, has done it, or you have done it already and it has helped you in the past. That has to be an experience. Anytime when you felt low, what has helped you? And sister who messaged me directly, or brother, please mention it over here in the direct message to me if something has helped you. It's very important to know that. Okay, what has helped me? Engaging in self development. That is for me. What has helped you to divert your attention, to give you strength? Um, Also connecting to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, talking to Allah. Okay, whenever you're done, let me know. Do you want some examples? Or we're done? Okay, we're done. Thank you so much. All right. Now that we know a little recap, it's very important for us so that our mind open up, okay? Little recap. What grief we're going through, what emotions it brings. Sorry, just a second. Taking a walk, yes. Sleeping, yes. Praying, yes. Alhamdulillah. I'm so happy you found something that keeps you going. Alhamdulillah. All right, so again, a quick recap. Grief. What kind of grief? What kind of loss? What emotions you experience? And which stage are you at? The number of stages that you have gone through in order, in sequence. What do you feel in your body and what emotion it comes with when you're feeling intensely about the grief. Okay, and the last one was how do you cope with it? Okay, now I have a quick question to ask, and you can laugh about it, but it's a very good one. So, the way you talk to yourself while you're grieving, have you noticed that? What do you usually tell yourself? And would you talk to a friend who's grieving like that? Like the way you talk to yourself when you're grieving? Would you talk to a friend of yours when the friend is grieving just like that? Or no? Are you harsh with yourself? Are you blaming yourself? Are you not being nice to yourself? Are you making it very hard on yourself? You're bringing yourself down while you're grieving? That why you always have to cry? You have to get up and face the world? Or why does it always happen to me? Do you say those things? Why am I stuck here? Um, I can never do this. People will never understand. Or everything I like is, people take, or it's gone. Okay, let's see. This one, very good. A person has shared, I talk to myself positively. Yes, I would talk to my friend the same way. I'm so happy that she said this. Mostly people talk very negatively. I also feel I'm not hard. Yes, very good. Exactly. It's a normal way. It's just how life is. Thank you for sharing. Thank you so much. Okay, so however you talk to yourself in a nice way, if you don't talk to yourself in a nice way, write down what would you say to a friend who's grieving. Maybe two sentences, one sentence, two sentences. So, what would you say to a friend who's grieving? Say, I would say in a most to bring compassion, to show compassion, I would say that this is being human. The beauty is to experience different stages in life with different emotions attached to them. I'm sorry I'm saying out loud if I'm just disturbing your thoughts. Take your time. I will also say, I know it is hard. This time is hard, but know that it's not going to stay the same always. Time always changes. Just have patience and faith. This is a process. Okay. Are we done with this one? Let me know. I'm with you during your grief. Wow, it's beautiful. Okay. I would like to read this private message out loud, the beautiful talk, self talk. Do you allow me? Because it may inspire others. Yes, thank you. I'm with you during your grief. We can get through this together. So you see, the person is not leaving herself, himself alone, rather coming as two together, which we always need another person to be with us. And the best way to do is to be your own best friend. Need to look at the future. Very good. Things will improve, and we can choose how we want our life to be with the little choices we have at hand. Mashallah. It's beautiful. I wanted to read it again, but everybody heard it? Oh, let me say it again. It's so beautiful. I'm with you during this grief. We can get together through this. We can get through this together. Need to look at the future. Things will improve, and we can choose how we want our life to be with the little choices we have at hand. We do have little choices. We have actually many choices, and this is said beautifully. Okay, thank you for sharing. Now, if I tell you, I'm going to take you in a small visualization technique. Okay, so with me, take a moment to close your eyes, take a deep breath, another one, and another one. Now you see these colors appearing behind the closed eyes. different designs, patterns, different colors. Probably one is most prominent over others. Now I want you to see you're in a room and there's a door in front of you. You're going to open that door now, and you see a beautiful garden outside. Beautiful, beautiful open space. No walls, no boundaries. Beautiful greenery, maybe some hills a little far. You can see a beautiful lake nearby. Flowers are blooming. Butterflies are coming and going. It's a bright sunny day, but sun is not too harsh. It's a beautiful temperature out there. It's like very pleasant, calming, beautiful light. Now you see yourself with this grief of yours within you is now floating outside of you. It could be a shape, round ball, square, whatever color it is carrying. It's just floating outside of you. And it feels so light when the grief floats out of you. It is there. You can see it. You know it's there. But it's not within you now. It's there where you can see it. And you know that it looks back at you too. It knows that you're here too. Now you're taking a deep breath. How does it feel when grief is outside of you? And you now turning towards this beautiful lake, butterflies. You look up and you see the sky blue with shining sun and some clouds. So pleasant. You smell this fragrance of different flowers. You take it all in. You're going to touch these roses. The petals are so soft, so beautiful. One is pink color, one is red color. Yellow ones are also there. Now you want to touch this green, lush bushes. You want to move your hand over them. Some are pointy, some are smooth. Feels so good on your fingers. Hey, this is a new kind of flower. You have never seen it before. It's big and the petals are so beautiful, wide open. You're touching the texture of that flower and it smells so good. Whatever color it is in your mind with that flower, you see there's some different shades in it towards the bottom of the petals. Smells so good, close to jasmine, but not too strong. You look around and you see and you feel, wow, life without grief, while having it around, but not within me, feels different. You feel light. You feel you have energy. What is it that you want to do now? What will you do with this energy and freshness now? Oh, there are a list of things you want to enjoy and explore and finish tasks. Those were there for long, those ones that you couldn't finish before. Oh wow, there is so much energy in you now. When you pick up your feet, you march towards the lake. As you're doing it, you feel your feet are so light. Your legs, your body's weight is so light, as if you can float too, as if you will jump and you will float and fly. It is so beautiful here. This is the life. This is life that I am experiencing now after having grief out of me. I have learned how to live with grief. It's not a bad thing, it's just an emotion, a feeling of something that I've experienced. If it is attached to the loved ones who has passed away, I don't want to let it go altogether. I want to remember that loved one. And through that loved one, I have this feeling of grief, which is okay. That can stay out of me here with me. That grief can also see how life is beautiful together. This opportunity to do so many things with grief, because this grief has taught me so much, has shown me so much, has made me wiser, has made me stronger, because it hasn't killed me. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, I know. Look, I'm more wiser. I am stronger than ever before. And I'm so light because of this knowledge and this experience that I had. I'm looking forward to doing all those things I always wanted to do. But grief never allowed me because it was in me and made me heavy. Now that grief is next to me, outside of me, and is also enjoying life as an experience, and I'm also enjoying life, feeling light and more experienced and wise. Let's do it. I want you to take a deep breath and take all that beautiful fragrance of flowers inside of you again, the fresh air. Look at the sky, so beautiful and colorful, and these greenery around me with these beautiful, colorful flowers and butterflies, and this beautiful view. I want you to tell yourself, I will come back here whenever I want to. Right now, I gotta go back, and I'll see all of this whenever again I wish to. You come back towards the door, you open the door, close it. Now you're in the room, and now you open your eyes whenever you're ready. Let me know whenever you're back. Okay, Alhamdulillah, thank you. Everyone back. Okay, now I want you to again write down what you experienced, how life was when grief was out of you. How did you feel? If you want to share your answers here in the chat, that'd be great. Or if you can unmute yourself, you want to share your experience, you're more than welcome to. I felt really good. If you would like to share, please go ahead and do it. So, how was life while grief was not inside of you? How are you feeling? Are we done with this? Okay. Alhamdulillah. Thank you so much. A couple of minutes. I hope it was more than that and you were able to focus because for some people it is hard to focus. For some it comes easily. It was calming and liberating. Thank you so much. Okay, now this question is done that how it was. Now I want you to write down what future state you were able to see. What were the things that you were thinking of doing? What was that future that was exciting you or calling you towards it? Okay, are we done writing that? What did you see yourself wanting to do? What was exciting you or making you think of future? When we're done writing about that, let me know. Okay, bring a better me. I got this. Kind of positive attitude in making the changes. Yes, yes, beautiful. I wrote down sharing my experiences, whatever I've learned from grief, share it with others, understand them, make them come out of it, help others, enjoy life more than ever before because this is a big blessing. So now that I'm feeling light and energized, I should be thanking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for this beautiful life by enjoying it, by praising Him and enjoying His blessings, yeah? And to learn more. So the calling was to learn more, to share with others, to help others, to enjoy life more. Those were my callings. Anybody else wants to share? Thank you for sharing here. What was your future saying to you? What kind of future did you see? Anyone else? All right, we'll go move forward. I hope everybody did see a future. I hope it's not that some of you were like stuck and didn't see anything amazing. If that's the case, please let me know. Okay? I hope everyone had something calling. Okay. Next, we will do ask yourself how this grief has shaped you or changed you. Make sure it's a positive one. So think about a positive change that it brought in you. So you take that lesson, you take that positivity and you say, "Oh, I never realized this before, and now I realized only after this incident, this grief, that I should be doing this. That will make my life better." Or if this didn't happen to me, I wouldn't have known this. You know what I mean? Okay, I'm going to write down the answer as well. Hmm. Remember, it has to be positive. So if you're not sure whether it's positive or not, please share it here privately or openly, and maybe I can help, inshallah. I wrote down, it taught me to focus on myself, on my own self, focus on my own self rather than focusing on others. Focus on my own self because I'm the only one I can control, I have control on. We don't have control on our environment or others. We have control on ourselves. And that's the only choice that we have. And we, by doing that, we can change our life. We can change our relationships. We can change our future just by working on our own self. So, how positively your grief has shaped you, or changed you, or taught you something that you wouldn't have learned without it. You guys want to share? We're going towards the end of our session. If you're done with this question, please let me know. What have you learned through grief? What has it teach you? Taught you? Yes. We're still thinking? If you're done, please let me know. Is it hard to think what lesson grief has taught us? Please let me know. If it is hard, I can give more examples. Yeah? We took the lessons, right? The positive lessons? No, I'm not going to move forward. I need an answer. All of you have found a learning or something that grief has taught you. Please speak to me or write it down. Okay. Okay, Alhamdulillah. This is good. Alhamdulillah. That's a positive one. Yes. Anyone else? This this too shall pass. Okay. This is a good one too. Alhamdulillah. But more towards something that stays with you as a lesson. Okay, so if I think this too shall pass means that life goes on, just keep on going. Yeah, that's a good lesson, mashallah. Okay, all right. So now we come to our last question. How finding meaning in grief can lead personal growth and healing, even transformation? How do you answer this question? That in healing, if you have found this positive answer, positive learning, whatever learning is yours, how is it transformational for you? How can it heal you? So, what the purpose of grief therapy is that we take grief and instead of ending at grief, that this is too big and too sad and all of that, we go through all the emotions, all the process, all the things, why it happened, when it happened, what it brought, how does it affect me? Because since it's not one to one session, we cannot discuss all of that. But in the end, absolutely, we have to come out taking a lesson and saying, keep this grief because this is a life lesson. How, why it happened to me at this stage, what is it about, what is it teaching me? Because everything that happens in our life is there to teach us something. It's up to us whether we take it or whether we close our eyes and say no. It's our free will. So what am I taking from this grief? Why is that it has happened to me? Helps me support some who might be experiencing. Very good. So you can connect with people more easily in that, about that, feeling or emotion, right? Yes, to help you connect with others who are going through the same journey. MashaAllah. That's that, brother or sisters. What is yours? I'm gonna write mine too. So the question is again, finding meaning in the grief, keeping the grief, finding meaning in it. That can lead to personal growth, healing, and even transformation. The grief has something in it that's gonna heal me. I'm not gonna look outside elsewhere. The grief has happened to give me a lesson, and my healing is in it. My transformation is in it. Okay. I wrote more understanding, um, without going through grief. I think I wouldn't have been able to connect this easily with people who are going through grief also. Or I would have compassion but would not have this connection, this level. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is nurturing me through this process to be a better person, stronger one. Patient. Inshallah. Definitely. Yes. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala nurtures us, gives us lesson to make us a better person, a stronger one, inshallah. Definitely. So again, there's a learning in it that, or healing in it, that I am becoming better version of myself. So when you look back, before this grief, the person that I was, am I at the same level? No. This grief was actually a big step towards my growth. So that Ammara didn't know what this Ammara knows now. That Ammara was a little naive than this Ammara here now. So there was definitely a transformation or a step towards betterment. Yeah. Alhamdulillah. Okay. Thank you so much for staying with me this hour. If you have any questions, please ask now. Or if you want to express any feelings, or if you have felt better after this session, please let me know that also. We would love to know. I'm going to stop the recording for personal reasons so that everyone can feel comfortable sharing.